We will never discriminate against age, religion, sexual orientation, vaccination status. Some BC businesses are taking a stand against the newly announced BC vaccine card. Others support the decision, but worry businesses will be responsible for enforcement.
We really want to get to the point where society's past the pandemic and we can do business as usual. And this seems like it's the fastest path there. But obviously, we're a little nervous about implementing it and kind of the details and how it gets implemented.
Starting September 13th, the province has announced that proof of vaccination will be required in order to access non-essential businesses. One dose will be required to enter places like indoor concerts, sporting events, movies, restaurants, and bars. And then by October 24th, only fully immunized people with 2 doses will be allowed in. The move has spurred some Lower Mainland businesses to worry about enforcement.
And that's definitely a challenge. I think in the first wave of the pandemic, when we had to restrict group sizes and closing early and that sort of thing, there were some challenging times for, a young host in front of a customer that gets a little aggressive at the door. Those were, for the most part, somewhat isolated. I think if we get enough government support where it's very black and white and nobody thinks it's a choice and everybody understands it's just how it is, I think we can alleviate most of those challenges.
We don't want to be the police. We want to follow the rules. I think that we have been affected with COVID. Like I lost my mother-in-law with COVID, so COVID, I take it very serious. But I think that the uncertainty of the order is what is confusing.
Videos like this have been circulating online in support of showing proof of vaccination. But there have also been dozens of BC businesses speaking out on social media against the requirement and vowing not to comply with the order. The Ministry of Health tells City News if individuals or businesses do not comply, there are enforcement measures such as closure that can be considered.
What we will likely see is businesses being fined for not engaging in doing the checks and for not complying with the rules. Essentially, the order applies to the businesses, and if the businesses violate the order by allowing people in who aren't fully vaccinated or who aren't complying with the rules, then the business could end up being fined.
There are also questions around the legality of it, given BC has not included any exemptions for people who are unable to get vaccinated for health, religious, or other reasons. The only individuals who are exempt are children under the age of 12.
Because it's not limiting your access to any essential services, because it's not limiting your access to anything that you would need to survive day to day, it doesn't really majorly impact your rights. It only impacts your ability to participate in some privileged activities.
The province says the order requiring proof of vaccination will be in place until at least January. In New Westminster, Ashley Burr, City News.